Hello. Is this thing on? I think it's working. I think my mic is not broken, but if it is, let me know. You should be able to hear me all right, although the volume does look a little low. Let me click some buttons. Advanced. Up like 31. How's that? All right, well, today was a very interesting day and very busy, getting a bit of a late start. And as you can see, I'm on my actual desktop. I've got a Ruby interpreter command line open. We're going to do a little bit of Ruby code. You can pick your poison, it doesn't matter which, as long as you can open files, make arrays or strings, and then sort some stuff. So today what we're going to take a look at is, very specifically, potentially hidden strings in images. A little idea came to me once. Yeah, I know. I need to just take care of that. But let's open this folder. You'll see. So my last Christmas, I picked up a coat for my mother on behalf of my father, if that makes sense. Essentially, I was out and about, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, Mom might like this coat. Should I pick it up for for Christmas?" And he said, "Yeah, sure. How much?" I said, $50. He said, "Okay, I'll pay you later." I said, "Well, thanks. Cool. Works out good. I already shopped for my mom, so now my dad found something. She liked the jacket. She goes, I didn't know this, but she opens it, and one of the pockets was zipped. So she unzipped it, and she reaches in, and she pulls out a $100 bill signed Benny. Now, if anybody is from around this area. Maybe it's spread across. I don't know. But I know that in this area, there's a guy who randomly throughout the year, especially during the seasons, puts $100 bills in things from purses, wallets, coats, cereal boxes, and they're all signed Benny. My dad knew what it was. My mom didn't. She's like, "Did you put this in here?" He's like, "No, that's a Benny bill." Anyways, so of course, in images, let me go ahead and get that folder here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And let's grab HXD. In images, there's all sorts of strings, like what it was done in, what time it was taken, the software, the camera, who knows, all sorts of stuff. There's tons of metadata in images, potentially. It doesn't have to be, but a lot of times there is. ICC profile, things like that. And then all the raw data is in here for the image, the compression, the algorithm. Hello, oof. Hello, Gmaster. Thank you all for tuning in. And so, you know, potentially you could hide some things in there. Maybe, maybe not. Now, these images, if we look at them all, they look relatively the same. Bloop, 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 all signed Benny. But let's do something interesting. This is Ruby, like I said before. We're just going to use Ruby for now. You could use whatever language you want, but this is quick and easy, down and dirty. So first thing we're going to do is a equals file.open. I think it's called Benny Bill. I'm just going to move this over here where I can see it, but you don't have to. Yeah, it's called Benny Bill 2, and Benny Bill 3.1. Benny Bill.jpg. And of course, we want to open it for reading, and we want to read it as a binary. Great. There we go. Let's do first equals a.read. There we go. That's all the bytes. Of course, you could do this with anything. You could write disassembler to identify, opcodes. Get creative, whatever you want. And this could be used in executables. So initially, this is really hard to read, but we can do something like first.gsub. And we want to get rid of all non-printable characters. Now, I can't always remember off the top of my head. Regular expression is one of those things that I'm like, I can do okay, but usually I have to be looking at a reference to do it, and there's an easy way to go. Regex non-printable characters. Ruby. How to remove non-printable characters. And the first guy here is going to say G sub. Oh, look, there's a shortcut for it. And it's print. And I don't want to do a dot. I want to do a dash n. So now we see all these dash n's, but if we do print, you'll see, well, that didn't work either. Oh, I did a character. I want a string. There. So now you'll see. So we want to do dot split dash n dot reject any string that is less than length is less than, oh, I don't know, 5. See if that works. Alright, there's all your strings that are greater than 5. They're printable, readable characters. So these are potentially useful information. You see Photoshop 3.0, ICC profile. Now I'm going to go a little bit further and say get rid of anything that's greater than or less than 6. Now we'll go 4 so it can be even bigger. And I want to go one more with Ruby reg x replace non alphanumeric. Strip non-alphanumeric, and that's going to be anything that is not. So this here means not, and we want it to be anything that's not 0 through 9, A through Z, and we want it to match. Whoop, get rid of that. That was in there for the print. It goes in. It's bracket, print, unbracket, and I. So it doesn't matter about the case. So now let's do that. There. Now we just have letters and numbers. You know, things that strings are typically made out of. Can't see the chat momentarily. I'm sorry. There we go. So this is a much shorter list, and it's easier on the eyes. And so now let's call this first parsed equals. Alright, so now we have first parsed. That's all our stuff. And you see JFIF, Photoshop. It removed the space, of course. And we can add the space in just like this. See, now we see this, that. We can add a period. There we can have periods, and now we have our 3.0. So we could have exclamation, you know, and that adds a couple more. But those are important. So if it's not a number, A to Z, period, exclamation, yeah, just because those are things that might show up. You never know. We could run this through a little bit more and be like, if it's not letters in this order that are required to create readable words. So, you know, anything that's 3 consonants in a row, probably not a word. I mean, pterodactyl, P-T-E, nope. So yeah, 3 consonants in a row, get out of it. Which we could actually do that right now. We could do dot reject H, and that's any H, O, this is gonna be dot match A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Oh, damn it. That just crashed. Why? Don't fuck with my heart. Okay, so let's do this again. File.load. A.read. First parsed equals that. Reject. I think I overflowed my console buffer. H and H dot O dot match AEIOU and sometimes Y, one or more, and we want this to say not match. And we're going to want that. And, oops. And not H1 dot match, same thing. This is a little, I mean, there's an easier way to do this, but hey, this is down and dirty and we'll do it quick. And not H2 dot, what did I put? Okay, I need a match. Match. I mean, basically I could just do H, yes. Why are we doing this? This is stupid. So let's press down and erase this. Let's do H equals, just to test it, GHOTI, my favorite word. It says fish. If you don't see fish, well, think outside the box. First thing, hi. Second thing, are you looking for anything or just showing what you can do if you wanted to find stuff? So I've planted some things we're gonna find. I'm gonna show you how it can be done. I'm not particularly looking for something. I mean, I know it's there. I put it there. So this one is not authentic. Full disclaimer, this is a plant. There's a little bit of pre-processing done here. So H equals GHOTI, H dot match, and that's going to be AEIOU and sometimes Y, and we want to do 3 plus. I think that's correct. Okay, and then let's do, oh, we want not match. Okay, so that's good. GHD. See, so now we have a match. So we want to reject anything that has that match. The dog just farted behind me. So here we do this, we get rid of this, reject, and that's going to be H dot match, not 3 or more, and we will throw those out. There you go. So now, wait, DES. It got rid of our Photoshop. Let's try this. I think this is not correct. Did I leave out? Oh, no, I didn't. If, let's see here. Reg X 3 or more. Three comma Ruby reg X 3 or more. There we go. Complete tutorial. And it's going to be between 3 and 5. Instead we will use the beginning of line, end of line modifier. String is exactly 4 letters long. This still matches 4. D/D2. Yeah, it is correct, but why would it get rid of Photoshop? If it reject h.match, let's try knotting it with this. Yeah, that's not it. Oh, that's looking for exactly 3 of those, so not, and this. Interesting. Well, let's get back to what I was getting at, because this was just an aside anyway. So we've got our 4 or less. We could go into that a little bit further, and I could beat my head against it for a while. Is there regex to find my dad in images? He's been gone for a couple years now. Sure. Whatever you believe, bro. So first parsed is there. Now let's do this again, but we're going to do Benny Bill 2. I think that's what it was. Yes, Benny Bill 2. And we'll do second parsed equals that. And you'll see that a lot of these are the same. You just might see that. Might see something else that stands out too. Or we may not find it. So let's do t equals second parsed minus first parsed. This will remove any repeats. Okay, so they all repeated. First parsed minus second parsed. Those all repeated as well. Now, did I fuck something? Oh, yeah, I did. Second parsed equals second. Of course they all match. They were all the same. Okay, there we go. So let's do that again. So first minus second, everything matches. But if we do second minus first, we get, this is a message, Benny lives on. And you might see that one right here. This is a message, Benny lives on. But this can get even more fun. Just joined. Are you extracting strings? Yes. Lots of words found. I wouldn't exactly call them words, but they are printable characters that are shoveled together. I didn't go into far enough detection. We did try to say, make sure that it's not 3 constants in a row, but my regular expression skills are super rusty, and I felt like we could move on for now. So let's do third, and then we can go on to something else. So try to get some ideas going. 3-1. So we've got that one. And let's do third equals a.read, and then third parsed equals third. There we go. So you see this one's much shorter, and the file size is a lot different too. If we look back over here, Benny Bill, this one is 126 kilobytes. 126 kilobytes, but this one is 245. So if we do the same thing, t equals second minus first, of course that one has that, minus third parsed. We don't see anything new there. Let's do, whoa. Third parsed is this. Let's do minus second parsed minus first parsed. Correct. So these are the Benny Bill. So I told the story at the beginning, SAS. I was at a store, saw a jacket, thought, and this was around Christmas time, I thought, you know, my mom would probably like that. So I texted my dad and said, hey, have you gotten mom anything? I found this jacket. I can pick it up for you. He said, how much? I said, $50. He said, great, I'll pay you when you get home. So I got the jacket. I brought it home. I wrapped it up, and then I brought it to them and on Christmas and gave it to him. He paid me later. And she realized that one of the pockets was closed, so she opened it, put her hand in there, and she found this. It was a $100 bill with the word Benny on it. And around here, at least, maybe it goes further, I don't know. But there's this guy named Benny that puts random $100 bills in, like wallets, purses, jackets, cereal boxes, all sorts of things, just to give that pleasant surprise. My mom was like, "Do you put this in here?" My dad's like, "Let me see that." No, I didn't, but that's Benny Bill. And if you look up Benny Bill, there's people all over, and it's like they submit the serial numbers, where it was found, stuff like that. It's kind of cool, but yeah, it keeps going. And so I planted something in this image, which if you look real close, you can spot where the change is. It's right about here. See that? And then I planted something in this one, which this one's much more easy to see. You see it right here. Boop, 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 boop. And so in here, the idea is to take them and remove anything that is the same. Let's try doing, so third parsed is this. Second parsed is this. So I don't see exif in here anywhere. First parsed is this. And if we take first minus third parsed, we get this. So we've removed all of the, and I wonder if any of these repeat. We could do unique dot unique, and we see some more disappeared. And third parse dot unique, you'll see that the one that I planted here was hide me. And if we go even further, like what message is going to be less than that? You know, it's like I want anything that's less than 7 just rejected. You know, now our list is very small, and you'll see this. Photoshop, whatever the hell this is, profile, blah, 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 and then hide me. And we can do the same for any of them. And this, believe it or not, can see edits on my iode too small. I always thought this would be a fun way of hiding info and images and assumed it was done with hidden watermarks, etc. It doesn't have to be. It could be, but yeah, I just modified the hex directly, and it worked best when I modified the original file. When I tried to open it in Paint and create a new file and then modify that, it turned out a little bit different. But yeah, this was a fun little experiment. And then just to extrapolate on this a little bit, let's put an executable in here. Let me grab one. I'm sure I've got one somewhere. Desktop. Oh god. Downloads. There we go. FJLJ crack me 4. I know there's some strings in there. File open FJLJ crack me 4 underscore 4. And that's read binary. And then let's do exe equals a dot read. Wow, that's a lot of zeros. And then let's simply do, it gets recompressed when Paint saves. It does. Well, it definitely modifies the metadata. And the original one was a EXIF format, so it, I believe, had been like optimized for web, and it was probably done in Photoshop, and then, or from a camera. The camera probably optimized it down to the smallest file with the best quality, and then in Paint, it uses straight up JPEG, and it changes the header a little bit, reserves most of the metadata. Did you replace the data or added to it? I tried adding before and the image messed up from the point I changed lower. If you just add to it, you would need to move the end tag down. There's this entire list and how JPEGs work, what can be where, what types are where. So here's an ASCII string, date organized, and these are the tag IDs, the tag numbers. And this is a good read here. It tells you the entire, header, where things are at, what it's coded as, and how you can add to it. It's kind of like adding a section to an exe. But yeah, let's pop back over here. So these edits you made are straight ASCII values written in, so you could scale ASCII by the adjacent colors to make it blend. Yes, you could. Or if you get it right in the spots, like there's places where it wouldn't affect the image at all, but they're usually right near the top or right near the bottom, and I didn't want to make it too easy, so I wanted it kind of in the middle. For example, like this one is not it, but if we desktop image, what did I call it? It's a folder. Image string find. So this one, like here's all this. I didn't want to put it up here. Like you could pretty much put whatever you want, like right in here. And then at the bottom, you can put pretty much anything you want right in here. I put that message right here, so it wouldn't be like instantaneously easy to find. But yeah, essentially you could put it in there and then tell it to compress it completely out. And sometimes you can get lucky and just go, this looks good, Control V, and it will work. Other times it will severely mess up the image. So that does happen. Now back to the executable. We're going to go up, and this is exe, and let's go exp, just because I'm tired of typing, less than 5. There you go. Boom. Strings. You wanted some strings, and then we have help I'm lost, right, wrong, whatever the hell this is. Correct. Yes. If you start with a higher quality image, you can hide things a lot easier. Try with an icon size photo. You could also add a thumbnail section and write whatever the hell you want in there with like a high quality thumbnail, and then set a like do the large thumbnail section and then a small thumbnail that's actual real. So then the actual image is unaffected. The only thing that would be affected would be if they have large thumbnails on. If they have small thumbnails, that one wouldn't be affected. The full picture wouldn't be affected. The large thumbnail would be complete garbage. So you could do that too. So here's all the strings in my, here's the you suck. I wish I was good at reverse engineering. And we could even go, hey, where are these at? And instead of replacing these with a -n, and then splitting by that, we could do, let's go with OX or a -X OO. And then instead of doing this and rejecting anything, we would just leave it like this and then do that. So now we've replaced anything that's non-printable with O's. And then we could do wait. So we had our strings. We'll grab our strings and say I want to find right. So we'll do this. Whoops. D. There we go. Dot index of right, and we say 7353. We grab HXD and a calculator, and we put in 7353 1CB9. We throw that in there. We go to 1CB9, and we see that we land right on right. And here's all those other strings. Now, of course, this doesn't help too much because this is just a data section. All the code wouldn't be here. This would be just for strings. Now, to figure out what referenced it, if anything, which I know in this, correct me, this is never actually referenced. Now, this likely would be. You would grab this offset, and you would scan for 9E1C. But that would then again be dependent on, so does it use file offsets? No. Maybe, well, XP would, but let's see here. Let's scan for 9E1C and see what we get. So we want to not sub everything out. Let's just do exe index dash x9e dash x1c. You bastard. And Ruby. I forget how to fix that. It's like 4.4. No. Nah, screw it. We could do dot bytes dot index. Now instead of 9e, it's going to be 9e is 158 1c 28. Index 158 28. Does this work? I doubt it. No. Well, we could do this. Dot bytes dot join whoop, comma dot index, and then search for a string. We don't find it though. 28158. Nope, we don't find it. I think I'll stick to SMS for now. Right? Yeah, let's grab an image real quick. Sure, just tell the dude who's buying all the nuclear waste to make a dirty bomb to meet him at the park over SMS. I'm sure that'll go very well for you. True. Oops. Let me grab a real fun image here. I'm just going to Google the words fun image. No, real fun image here. Image search. All right, I like this one. Let's open link a new tab. No, not link. Open image in new tab. What are you doing, nub? Open image in new tab. Save image as. Where's my folder? Damn it! Interesting. Image string find. This is gonna be super fun image. All right, so let's take a look at it. Time to go to bed for me. You rock. No, you rock, sir. And yeah, thanks for popping in. I just had this little idea, and I was like, hey, let's play around tonight. You know, we'll see what the hell happens. So let's do a.open. And that was super fun image, I think, .jpg. Got it. No, you rock. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. See ya. And then let's do whoop. P equals a. Oh, I haven't done it yet. Damn it. A.read. I don't want to do that. It would waste it. D equals A.read. Okay, there's your super fun image. Do you see it? It's a great image. Can you make it out? It's pretty funny. I mean, you can kind of see it here. And then right here it should say fail. Now, if you're not pro at reading JPEG encodings and hex, which I'm not either, I'll show it to you. It's this one right here. Let's just zoom on in there. And that says Butcher Funeral Home. Whoopsie! Butcher Funeral Home. Alright, so that's the image that we're going to see what strings are in there. What is the metadata? So we got the D, that's there. We got the big old D. We'll just call this one P. And D, no, not that one. No. Yeah, that'll work. P equals D. There we go. So there's all the strings that are in it that are less than 5. Not a lot. Not a lot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, CDE. Now let's go with not print. Now see, those are all the strings from printable characters. Obviously it's a lot more gibberish, and I always start with just the printable letters because, well, they're a little bit more likely to have anything useful in them. But it does make sense now why this was 4, 5, 6. Now this is, you know, a whole string. And of course we went to 7. We just have that. 6, 4. Ooh. Now see, 4 is why we didn't have all the differences from before. 4 is the magic number for JPEGs. So nothing fun in that one. I made you spit up your drink? How did I do that? Good timing. Oh, with the fail. Yeah. Yeah. Butcher Funeral Home. If your last name is Butcher, don't go into the funeral business. Let's do hidden messages. Somebody's got to do this. Oh, this looks fun. nifty.stanford.edu. Save image as. clue.bmp. Ooh, it's a bitmap. Clue. Now see, this one looks more like a random is not so random example. Clue.bmp. Now bitmaps are so much easier because every 3 bytes is a pixel. You can just, you know, modify that all you want, really. You get some slight color variation, things like that, but you could just tell it, hey, ignore this section too. At the end of the bitmap, or at the beginning, you put whatever the hell you want to. D read, that's really big. That bitmaps are a lot bigger. 4, and we have no strings that are printable characters. So bitmaps with this, like I said, this is more like a tell it to ignore certain clusters, and then an image would pop out, which that's a whole different ball of twine. Hidden messages, PNG. The likelihood that we find an actual example image is just in the image search is probably pretty low. Oh, let's click this image. It's how to hide a secret message in an image file. Let's save image as, and the image is really longly named OK.jpg now.